Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about teen suicide, specifically due to bullying. Amy Briggs, in this video that I'm going to show you, is a young lady who lost her son to suicide due to bullying. I hope you watch this to the end and really understand how this lady felt. I do apologize in advance for the video being sideways. I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it straight, but listening to it is a lot more important than being able to watch it.
My name is Amy Briggs. I'm from Lafargeville, New York. Been married for 22 years. We have two beautiful children. Michael is a great kid. He loves sports. He plays lacrosse. He's bright, top of his class. Daniel was an old soul. He had a soft side of him that was second to none for a kid his age. He wanted to help people. Our neighbor down the road had cancer, and Daniel was by his side every day. Daniel went over and sat and talked to him and held his hand. And after he died, Daniel went over and helped his wife. It wasn't like he was doing it out of obligation either. He did it because he truly wanted to do it. That's who he was. Daniel had really been bullied most of his school career. When he hit high school, it exploded. He didn't fit in with a lot of the crowds. He wasn't into sports. He was into hunting and trapping, which not a lot of kids his age are into. So he had a hard time finding kids who had common interests with him. So that made him a target a lot of the time. It started out with words. He was called just horrible names. It progressed to having trash thrown at him. He was punched in the stomach. He was made to lick a bus window. He was jumped from behind walking to the buses. He was ridiculed for the music he listened to. You name it. They looked for any little thing just to make his life miserable. When he was jumped walking to the bus, the boy told him the night before that he was going to do it. He said to him in a text, "Why? I know you don't like me. That's why I don't come near you. I don't have any interactions with you. I respect that. Why can't you respect me? What have I done to you?" His response was, "Because you're a pussy and you need your ass kicked." It makes no sense to me even today. One of the kids that Daniel had a lot of issues with had texted him. I saw the text myself, and it said, "Why don't you take one of your precious guns and do the world a favor, go kill yourself?" He texted that same kid, and he said, "You won't have to worry about me anymore. I'm going to go home and kill myself." And the kid came back with, "Put up or shut up." That day, he told people in lunch, he had told people in his classroom, told a number of people on the bus that he was going to kill himself. Those were his words, "I'm going home and I'm going to kill myself." And the bus driver said, "I'll see you tomorrow, Dan." He told the bus driver, "You won't see me tomorrow." The one person he knew that would do something was the last person he texted and the last person he called, his hunting friend, Matt. He knew Matt would try to call us, and he said to Matt, "Please don't call my mom. My mom will take me to the hospital." He was trying to keep Daniel on the phone, get his sister's attention. He was writing her notes and having her call their father, who's a friend of my husband's. And we missed the call. We missed the call. We came out of Michael's basketball game, and my husband Rob said, "I missed a call from Cal. I'll call him when I get home." Next thing happened, literally within a minute of saying that, so our other friend Wally calls. Now, guys don't talk to each other all the time. And Rob runs to the van, and he said, "Daniel's talking suicide." I called my next door neighbor, and I begged her to go over and check on him. And she walked in the door and she yelled, "Daniel," and she thought she heard him say something, and she shouted out, "We love you." And then she heard the shotgun blast. And I ran to his room, and the sight that I saw was horrific. It was horrific. And I remember hearing myself screaming, but I couldn't feel it. And running back outside. And I could hear Michael screaming, "I want my brother back." And every EMT that showed up, I begged him, "Please just find a pulse. I'll take him any way that I can have him." No, there was none. I've played a million scenarios over in my head what I would do if I was there 30 minutes earlier. Knowing what I know now, I would just wrap him in my arms and just beg him and tell him how much he means to so many people. Because so many people have talked to us since he died. They've sent us letters. I received letters from kids his age. I just wish he knew how much he meant to so many people. He did matter. He does matter. His book bag with his books, still right on the bench where he left it that day. We will never recover from this. Never. When somebody tells you that they are going to kill themselves or they're going to do harm, do something. Tell somebody, give them their 15 minutes. Validate them. Because everybody needs to be validated. When you know there's somebody being bullied, don't be a bystander. You are just as guilty as the bullies when you stand by and do nothing. You see it, you do something about it. You don't want to intervene, then you talk to an adult, and you talk to an adult until somebody does something.
I'm sure that video tugged at your heartstrings as it did mine. This is a really sad story of a woman losing her son to suicide, especially to something that was preventable. As a former victim of bullying, I will say that schools can take steps to stop bullying. I am not elusive to the fact that you can't stop all of it. I'm not, but showing people that you care and that you are trying is a huge step to prevent bullying. If your child is being bullied, please don't ignore it. If you're a teacher or a principal, please do something. Show that you care. Show that you are trying. Contact the bully's parents. Have a sit down with the bully's parents and the victim's parents to see how you can resolve this situation. Because I guarantee you, if and when that child commits suicide from bullying, the parents are going to blame you. The parents are going to blame you, and they are going to sue you for every dime that you have. And they're going to go to the school board with their concerns. Because they just lost a child. Because in their mind, it was because of your incompetence and your failure to do something. I considered suicide multiple times a day, every single day, because I was being bullied and no one was doing a thing about it. No one cared enough to do anything about it. And I will say this. I will step on a lot of people's toes here, but I don't care. Because this needs to be said. When someone is bullying another child and making them feel bad to make themselves feel good, something is not right in the home. That is the truth. Something is not right in the home. Something is going wrong, and the root of the problem needs to be handled. consider sending the child who is a bully to a therapist. Because obviously they have something going on that makes them feel the need to hurt others. But too many people let their pride for their children get in their way. Oh, my child would never do that. Or, my child does no wrong. We all know that's a lie. We live in a day and age where technology is in every child's hands. This makes cyberbullying possible. Cyberbullying is a very serious thing where people hide behind a screen and encourage others to hurt themselves, or tell others that they're not good enough, or they're ugly, or they're this or that. People think that this is a game. This is very, very serious. So many teenagers are lost every year because of the failure to do something about it. Instead, we look the other way because the child doing the bullying is the popular one, or the football player, the star football player, or the star basketball player, whatever. We look the other way. Don't tell me it doesn't happen, because I've seen it happen. I've been in that situation and I've seen it with my own two eyes. Victims of bullying and cyberbullying are at greater risk of harming themselves or suicidal behavior, or both. If you notice this behavior, please do not hesitate to get your child help. Too many parents, we don't want to admit that something is going on with our child. Too many parents fail to see what's going on because in their eyes everything is okay. But you don't feel what your teenager is feeling. You don't know unless you talk to them. You may try to talk to them and they may not answer you because they don't feel comfortable talking to you. Now ask yourself why that is. Why is it that my child, who I am supposed to protect, doesn't want to talk to me or doesn't want to tell me what's going on in their life? Let me give you a hint. Maybe because they feel like they're a failure if they talk to you about it. Maybe they'll feel like they've let you down. But you need to reassure them that they can never let you down because they're your child. You love them no matter what. I'm saying all this because it's important. It is very important. Don't let it be too late for your child. I felt that woman's pain. In that video, I could feel her pain when I watched it. It tore me apart from the inside out because I knew what that child felt. I knew how that child felt when he was going through that. I knew how he felt when someone said, just go kill yourself. The only difference was he actually did it. And whenever you see someone being bullied, stand up for them. Don't let your pride get in the way because you could be the difference between life and death for them. And if you fail to do something about it, you're just as guilty as the bullies are. If you stand idly by while you see someone being tormented or bullied, people saying nasty words to them, people dunking them in a trash can, I don't know, anything. If you don't stand up for them, you're just as guilty as the person's doing the deed. You've got to do something. We've got to do something. We have to stop bullying. We have to stop it to save our children, to save their lives. You may not think that we can stop it, but we can take steps, baby steps. It may take years. But it's a huge goal, and we can accomplish it together if we stand together. Because I promise you one thing. You may be telling yourself, oh, this will never happen to me. People say that until it does happen to them. Living with your child, bullying someone else, knowing that they caused that child to take their own life, is a heavy burden to live with. Or your child took their own life because of another child. That is a heavy, heavy burden to live with. Stop it now. Do whatever you have to do, because people never realize how serious it is until something like this happens. Anyway, guys, forgive the rambling. This video is just very emotional for me. It is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I wanted to get this message out there because it needs to be gotten out there. People need to hear it. Please stand up and fight. Stand up and let's fight together. Show your child this video. Please, show them if they're not the ones watching it. Because everyone can do something. Everyone. Even if they don't like the person that's being bullied, still stand up for them. Because believe me, if and when they take their own life, you'll be asking yourself, what should I have done? Or what could I have done? That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends, with your family. Let's start a movement together